friends. Good evening. Now I know it's all good stuff, but we can do better than that. Good evening, friends. Good evening. That's more like it. Good evening and welcome to Liverpool Christian Spiritualists. This fine and toasty Thursday evening. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome you all here. Familiar faces, new faces, faces I haven't seen in ages, faces I saw about 2 hours ago. Everyone, it's wonderful to see you all here and welcome you along to this Thursday evening of spirit communication, upliftment and joy. And of course, every time we come together on Thursday night, what we need in order to be able to do that is a medium, someone who can prove that life is eternal, to demonstrate the continuity of our existence. And each week, it's always a pleasure to welcome someone. And of course, again, for the second week in a row, it gives me great pleasure to welcome someone who I consider my family. Please welcome the one and only Stephen Rayner. But thankfully you're lucky, he's the only one working like that tonight, so I know you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Do send your love thoughts to him throughout the evening, because even though there is a big fan there, there's also a big bloke sitting in the way of it, and it's not necessarily always getting to him until he's getting up. So send your love to him, please. Notices. Of course, to let you know that there is the White Feather Shamanic Drum Healing Group meeting in that little room this Sunday from 10 until 1. I always look in that direction so I get a nod as to whether I've got the time right, and it's getting more frequent. I'm getting the time right, it's good. So 10 till 1, it is 5 hours. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful event. Coming together to send out healing, to have a good gas and a good gaggle. But the shamanic drum healing really, really, really does work. And for anyone who's never been before, on our healing table are 4 individuals who now work for this church from the world of spirit. And the gentleman closest to me on that table is a gentleman called Reverend Alan Sutton, who founded the shamanic drum healing group. He taught me a trick or two because I was a little bit skeptical. And he said, sit down, shut your eyes, and shut up, and let me do the thing. And I was still skeptical, but I tell you what, 15 minutes later, after I opened my eyes again, the skepticism was gone. It's well worth it, it is wonderful. And of course, one of his apprentices, my deacon now, Reverend Eunice, has continued the tradition of the White Feather Shamanic Drum Healing. So please, please, please do support it. It's brilliant, it's wonderful, it's lovely, and in the summer I make cheesecake. So that's something to look forward to on Sunday. Now, of course, when it comes to these meetings, we are a spiritualist church. It's not a word that I'm afraid of, because a church is its people. I might have shared a video about that around to a few of my friends that was on Instagram. Something I haven't seen in years. Here's the church, here's the steeple, and you, my friends, are the people, and you make it up. You are the church. The reason I say this is because words can have great impact in interpretation as to how we take them and what they mean to us. Let me assure you, we are mad, crazy, fun, enjoyable, but serious when we need to. And that's what a group of people should be like. But we are a church, so we're going to begin by opening this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love, of hope and of friendship, to witness that proof and truth that life continues beyond the physical. As we place this service in your care and creeping Great Spirit, we ask that the veil be lifted, that our loved ones draw close, come forward and demonstrate that unity of life, And I ask for a blessing to be placed on each person here present. And so, as we begin this service, we make a statement as ever that everything we do is in love, truth, and in light, and done only for good. Amen. Well, it's a normal service. Tonight we have got Stephen performing his demonstration of mediumship. Before that, we'll have Tony. I keep on calling Reverend Tony. He's going to be in the outfit now. I keep offering, but he won't take that emotion. We'll have Tony leading the healing. We will have a reading from Eunice. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, friends, and everyone in between, comes the bit that Barry always looks forward to the most. The philosophy. Tea time. In all seriousness, one of the wonderful things about this way of life is the philosophy. Because it can be anything and everything. It isn't set in stone. It isn't something that is absolute or pre-recorded. Philosophy is one of those things that has to come from inside. The reason we share it on Thursday night and in all of the other churches and groups and centres is because sometimes it's important to share our thoughts and share our feelings, share our understandings of what spirit is, what spiritualism is, and what life is. Because at the end of the day, we can all use a little bit of help sometimes. You might notice something bright and colourful in front of me tonight. Something that's never been here before on Thursday night. A really, really, really big speaker. And it is the culmination of what can only be described as one of the most painful, annoying, frustrating, and tiring weeks of my life. I've had words, don't get me wrong, but in terms of effort, work, and difficulty and frustration, it's been up there. Unfortunately, over the weekend, this building, a community building, owned by the villagers of Liverpool and managed by a group of people who work as a committee, it was burned, it was broken into, and things were taken. Now, that can be frustrating and annoying and upsetting and heartbreaking, especially when this building is a charity. Well, I've been talking about it a lot. Anyone who knows me knows that that's not a surprise. Anyone who doesn't know me well enough yet is probably already getting used to the fact that I like to talk. But I've been talking about it. This morning, I came down from doing a workshop online, and there was a box at the door with my name on it. Because one of the things that we were aware of that had gone missing was a speaker. And within that box was that speaker. And someone had gone to the effort of ordering one, finding out where I live, and sending it as a gift. That is an act of kindness and community. And they've done it because they don't want to be known. They don't want to be thanked for it. They just want to do their part. That's what a community is. That's what a group is. And that's what a church should be. Community, coming together. Be it about half a dozen individuals who have rubbed my forehead and patted me on the back and said, for crying out loud, calm down. The conversations where I've got it off my chest. And a free will donation. There's a theme here. It's called kindness. It's called compassion. It's called love. It's called friendship. It's called unity. Be it sitting down and talking to someone, smiling at someone walking through the street who looks rather miserable and upset, offering a shoulder to cry on. That is the true magic of humanity, the true magic of spirit. Mediumship, wonderful. Healing, even better. The wonderful signs and symbols, the wonderful, strange and peculiar things that are difficult to explain. They are brilliant. But at the heart of everything is a simple rule. Just be nice. Just help each other out in any way you can. In a world that is heavily divided, heavily separated, a simple act of compassion and kindness can make a huge difference. My friends, we can't change the world like that. But we can change it one soul at a time, by being an ear, by being a voice, by standing up and being counted and doing what it is that's within our being. And we can change the world one soul at a time. And I know that it might seem that it's an uphill struggle, but it really, really isn't. Because every single time you walk away having made someone smile, you have literally done God's work. You have literally performed a miracle. Because to the person who you've helped and made smile, they were feeling a lack of hope, a lack of upliftment, and a lack of joy. And you have changed them. So never be afraid to start changing the world, one individual soul at a time. And remember that at the root of all religions, there is just one word that shines brightly above all of them: kindness. And that is all you need. Thank you all for listening, and God bless you. And so now it is the time in our service where I'm going to invite Reverend Eunice up to give us a reading. This is also the time where I start getting a little bit nervous. For those that have never been before, many spiritualist churches have a reading of philosophy supposed to follow on from that. But we like to test the spirit here. So the reading comes after the philosophy to see if my guides and Eunice's guides are playing the same hymn sheet. So I'm looking at her and she's, friends, please don't ever play poker with her. She's got the best poker face you'll ever meet. She never gives anything away, but she is going to give us our reading now. So please welcome to the front, Eunice.
Thank you, Dick. This week it began with messages of sorrow, wherever I looked, wherever postman did follow. So many ailments, pains in all places, sadness and pain in so many faces. However, as time went by, these problems eased, healing requested. Some were very pleased. A caterpillar was rescued with love and with care out of the fridge into the garden's fresh air. Small acts of kindness could go a long way. We all need this caring to help us each day. One day that caterpillar may become a butterfly, and someone may just see it, knowledge that spirit is nearby. A small act of kindness can go a long way from supporting the needy to being there each day. The sickness is easing now, the trouble's on the wane. This is why we do it over and over again. Every act of kindness is noticed. This is true, for we are blessed with healing hands, and this is what we do. Thank you.
Well, sometimes they tie in quite well. That one was very, very well tied in. Thank you. It's a beautiful reading. Well, you know, thank you. That's wonderful. Wow. Lovely. Well, let's move swiftly on because, as Eunice pointed out, healing is important. So we are going to now have our healing section of our service. Tony is going to lead us, but remember this: if you've never been before and you'd like to get ready to stick your hand up when you're told, and don't put it down until someone stood behind you. But to give you all the details, please welcome our healing leaders up.
Well, thank you. Must be an awful lot of real people. Never mind. When you're asked in a few minutes' time, would you please send your healing thoughts to the following: our very own Geordie, Samantha, Carol, Sarah, Janet, Ben, Joan, Sophie and Charlotte, Cassie, Carrie, Marie, Terry, Sally, Anna Craig, and Chris, Peter Tracy, I think. So remember those names, people, please. As Nick said, the simple answer is if you would like some close contact, near contact, somewhere near to healing, just raise a hand. No, don't be shy. And one of our healers will come to you. One of them will.
One of our healers will come to you now.
So they're so shy. They don't understand. And at least two of them are part of my helping make me in the healers group. I'm very pleased to see that they're actually doing it. Just a few words for me to say. Great Spirit, would you please send your healing powers down through our healers to those who have requested it, and at the very same time, please protect them from anything they don't want to receive. Healers, you have 3 minutes to do your best. Thank you.
Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, divine source of the universe and great Creator. Here we bring unto you all those listed in all the healing books throughout the land. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. We ask for them now.
Thank you, leaders. Just bring yourselves back, say the thank yous you need to say. And as I say every week, thanks to those of you who asked for more than one reason.
And for anyone who did enjoy our healing song, especially those watching at home, we have a QR code where you can download and have that song to listen to in your own home. And I am hoping that very, very soon, not only can you download it from that link, but if things go to plan, it will also be available on iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and all of the other streaming services. For you to be able to just add it to your playlist and listen. And then after that, we'll also have a Bear as a Unity one as well. And who knows what else might come after that, but certainly if you do want a copy of that healing song to listen to for yourself, it is available to download, and you can have your own copy. It's free as well. I just want to, it was given freely, so it's passed on freely. And I'm aware of a couple of friends from other churches who've reached out and asked if they can have copies to use it there as well, which is brilliant, because it's sharing the love and sharing the healing, and I just get really excited when I feel things like that. So feel free to have it, just have it. We are going to hand over the rest of the evening to Stephen. Firstly, I want to thank all of our healers for their work, and also make an announcement, because you know that I like to celebrate people's birthdays. Well, today is someone's birthday, but she's not with us to celebrate her birthday. And for once, I'm greatly uplifted to say, no, I don't mean she's in the world of spirit. She's just in a completely different country. For many of you, you will remember our darling Rusty. When Rusty did pass, a huge number of her family came from all over the globe to get to know who these strange people were that had influenced their sister. And they kept coming back week after week and became part of the family themselves, and still do watch online. So from all of us in Liverpool to the lovely Anastasia, we wish you a happy birthday. After 3, 1, 2, 3, hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Because they absolutely hate singing happy birthday, so I'll do it the easy way. But happy birthday for the rest of your birthday. I don't know whether you've got more hours left in the day or less than we have, but have a wonderful rest of your day, Anastasia, and do enjoy it. And we all send our love to you and yours. And so now, here's the time when I say those really important words. Should Stephen come to you, answer in a clear voice, yes, no, don't know. Don't feed the meeting and bite your hand off. And if the curtains start twitching and the chairs start spinning, you can follow me, I'll be the first one out the door. But have an uplifting, wonderful afternoon, evening, whatever it is. And please welcome our meeting at our front, Stephen Rayner.
Good evening, all. Some lovely new faces out there, and some friends as well we can see. Lovely to see you since Sunday. It was a little bit of a coincidence that you mentioned Alan, because I was having a little bit of a chat with him before there, when we were sitting there, and he reminds me of the trance cabinet that we set up. This evening, as he was talking to me, he wants things to, if you don't understand, he said, I used to sit there week after week and people would just nod their heads. If you don't understand, ask me again, or say, no, it's not for me, or, yeah. Alan would sit there and go, no. He wouldn't he, yeah. So, I'm going to be working with one of my guys that I haven't worked with ages. The last time I worked with her was in a trance. Yeah, lovely. So she's a lovely South African lady. Can be a bit brutally honest, but let's get there. But if I come to people like Barry, she will be brutally honest. But she does give some lovely messages. She's very direct, and but she can be a little bit too honest at times. So let's get working with her. I want to bring through a lady first, because she's been tapping my shoulder since we've been here. She won't tell me who she's for, which is very strange for me because I know exactly where I'm going. So if you could all listen to this lady and we can just put her on our way. This lady is past very 80-ish or just under, would suffer from her legs, had a Zimmer frame, but was, like my guy, very honest. Would be probably in a club like WI or something like that. Can anybody take that? I would, she just won't let me get a word in, so I've got a word. Okay, tap, 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 tap. How does this work? Tap, 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 tap. Get me out there. Well, who do you want to speak to? Just get me out there. Yeah? Does it sound like it? Yeah. All right. She is. Yeah. What are you doing out there? Yeah. But very, very independent. Yeah, okay. Push that thing. For me, she's a little bit easy to work with because she's very direct. Yeah. See where she wants to go. She's saying that when she was around, she had words with the family as well. Yeah? There was words with the family. Yeah, okay. Don't say they're nice words, but they're words. Okay. She's talking about your communication. Yeah? There should be a bit more communication in the family as there is. Yeah? There's one bit of the puzzle missing. Yeah? Right? And we need to talk about it. Yeah? She won't tell me what, because that's none of my business on that. Okay? Yeah? And the wheels. Very good. A man can fix that, she said. The little wheel on her trolleys needs adjusting. Yeah, she's pushing. Oh, yeah. So, she sits there and she does a lot of watching. Yeah? Especially you and the family. But a boy, she's talking about a boy that may need a bit of help. Can you identify that? Boy, 20s or a little bit older? Yeah. It's not that he's going on the wrong road, he just doesn't know what the right how to handle a situation. Yeah? Right. She's saying, if he was born in my day and get tripped by the air, I'll tell him what to do and he'll be down there. Down the shops getting some shopping. Yeah. Don't have to be like that. But what she's saying is a little bit more just communication with him. Yeah? Doesn't have to be brutal, doesn't have to be tapping with a stick, because I think she's hitting the stick she was carrying, so it doesn't have to be brutal. Yeah? She is very honest, but also that honesty can get her into trouble. Yeah? A bit like my mum's a bit like that. So, hospital appointment. Have you got one coming up that you should be attending?
I haven't had it through yet, but I know what one.
You need it to attend. Nothing serious, you're saying. Just you need to go to that. Yeah. If you don't, I'll push you along. Yeah. This you're saying. Yeah. She is. There was some situation between her and her father, and this made her a little bit angry. I don't know if he didn't love her enough, or he didn't give her the attention, or he wasn't very kind of her. Yeah? Okay? Because that's what she was saying, why the person she was right she is. She had to harden up, yeah? She wasn't given a lot. She had to fight for everything she got. And she said, some people, not mentioning names, were kind, but I get a fatherly figure with her. Yeah? No. I'm just trying to explain to you why she reacts like she reacts. Yeah? Okay? She was very much taught like this, yeah? And I have to explain to her really nicely that climate change. Yeah, you can't go in there with a big stick, you can't think like that. Yeah, well, she's got it there, I'm not. Yeah. I know, but I will share with the rest of them that things are going upwards again. Things were going down, yeah, and times where they were unbelievably hard, where you just didn't know where the next day was going to come from. Yeah, okay. This is where she was saying communication is another good thing, is you can talk to yourself as well. Yeah. You can communicate with yourself. You can kind of, you know what you want. Yeah? And sometimes, you know, it's hard when you get into that and you have no way out. Okay? She's saying, yeah, it wasn't hard as it was for 5 years, but times change. Okay? I don't know why, but she gives me a little flower. I'm going to give you it in a minute. So, yeah? Purity. She's talking about how pure you are and to keep, we're talking soul. Yeah? How nice a person you are and just people taking advantage. Yeah? The snowdrop is also a protection flower. Yeah? To protect you when you get a little bit down, just think of it and keep you up. And I've never been given one of them before, so it must be unique. So now she's kind of backed off again, I'll leave them upstairs and I'll leave them alone. Right, next. Oh, sorry, person. Come to this lady here. Can I go on? I get this quite a bit with people, and I know where I'm heading with it. I get with you lots of questions. Yeah? Lots of questions. So, the man behind me, that's with me, will answer them for me. So, I know you have lots, and you've got a sort of a mind that keeps asking questions, and when you get an answer for one thing, you go on to the next. Yeah? So, I'm hoping this man is going to help me. He's quite strong, he can hold his own. I would say he's grandfather-ish. Yeah? Okay? He's definitely that older person, he's not a young person. Okay. He would have quite a good job because he speaks well. Yeah? Okay. But he has an accent, so I have to listen to him very carefully. Okay. Can you take this?
Yes.
Right. See where he wants to go. Yeah. He's talking about you and another girl. Yeah? Okay? Do you get that? And then there is a problem. It's not a problem, but there's a link between you and another girl. I'm going to get to it because he's talking that as Della had communication, I think you also have this communication, or there's an argument, yeah? Or a difference of opinion. let's call it, yeah? Okay. And he said, if you look at the argument, there's nothing. You're really arguing about a single thing. Yeah? You may think it's a big thing, but in the overall scheme of things, it's very tiny. Yeah? Okay? And you can also, he's telling me, add on to thinking. When you ask a question, you then put another thought on that. It makes it a bit difficult to actually look at what it is. Yeah? There's deceit in this as well. So I don't think you have the right information of what's happened, because he's telling me that things are not what you seem. They're just a little bit more grey, a little bit more. And he's saying, I think you should go and have a word with this person or find out for a few more facts. Yeah. He's another very straight talker as well, which I really like. Yeah. Did he used to read to you or like books? Because he's opening a book. Yeah. Or did he used to write, or did he show me like a hardback book? Or a diary, or a journal, that kind of thing he's opening up, yeah? Okay. And he would write down things, or look at facts in this book, yeah? It's making me very jittery and nervy, so I'm thinking he wants to ask you something. I'm just getting to. He's also missing somebody, and I think it's your mum. Okay? Because he hugs me and tells me that he didn't say what he wanted to her when he was down there. Yeah? Okay? This is a little femboy. This doesn't show his emotion very much. I don't often and very rarely give out dates, but he's talking about number 4. Yeah? Okay? So I don't know if it's a 4th of a month or a 4th person. I very rarely get dates because they could mean anything. So if a number 4 comes up, so he's also talking about cycle. Do you cycle? Or do you? He's talking about, I think him because he's talking about an old-fashioned cycle. I want to get back to the journal because the journal, he keeps showing me this book, yeah? Okay. Need to write, what he's showing me now is you need to write down your thoughts. Yeah? Okay? He's saying your mind can be very clever at times, yeah? But you don't act on them. Write them down, yeah? Okay? He said you can be very clever, but you don't like showing it very much. You pull back. You don't like showing your talents very much. It's not a bad thing. Yeah? It's not being big-headed. If you've got a talent, use it. Yeah? I would say more with your mind and your hands, because with the book and the journaling, I think they're very much brainstorming ideas he's talking about. Yeah? And on the later side, he's just showing me his emotion. You could be a little trickster when you were younger. He was saying you could play the odd joke or the practical joke on people. So I'll leave it because he's just about shining there. So a little bit of advice, a little bit of thing, but he definitely loves, yeah? You can feel his love for your mother, yeah? And when you see her, just have that big hug and say, Okay. Thank you for working with me. Right. Right. Well, this lady in front of me. Got an elderly gentleman with me. It's very hard to hear it, so we're going to have to really try with him, yeah? Okay. Okay. So he had a very confused mind. Can you take an elderly gentleman with a very confused mind when he passed away? We'll work with it, yeah? The only thing I'm saying, he's very frail, he's very disorientated, and I think he is going to take a little bit of while to get that. So he's very slow, he's very he talked about he lived a full life. So he would have gone full term. He would have gone into operation. Yeah. But I think the frailness is because he was old. Yeah? Okay? Yeah? Because I got it and I thought, can he not speak? Has he lost his mind? I think it's just him being him and being very old. Yeah? But he's telling me now he's got a voice, that he wouldn't have been that when he was younger. He would have been really strong and supportive and going out there. And if you told him to do something, he'd go out there and he'd do it. So I know in his younger years, he would be very strong, he would go out there and do things. Yeah? Right? He also, I don't know if he taught you or taught other people fairness. He was always fair. Yeah? He said, doesn't matter who was at my door, who was up the street, everybody got treated the same. Yeah? Okay? And he's showing me his shoes. So he should have loved it. He must have loved his shoes. Yeah? Are you okay? Yeah. I think he'll be there forever because he's probably his first time he's been through. My guide pulled him through because he wants to come through. Yeah. So the emotions come through for me now. So he's very much quicker talking now because he's moved in a bit closer. The guy's pushed him a bit closer, so I can hear him better, I can feel him, and I will run you through. So very emotionally balanced, very intelligent, but knew when to speak and when not to speak. Very kind, he was very, very kind, but he just would realize that I believe in equality, I believe in everybody was the same. Yeah? And if someone wronged him, he would want to know why. Yeah? So he was very kind. Yeah? Nobody gave him anything because he said times were tough when he was younger. And when he said tough, I think he meant tough. Yeah? Because I believe every word he kind of says to me. Yeah? Right? But he didn't pass that on to anybody, that information. Yeah? If it was hard for him or he felt emotionally, he would hide it, but he would still be there for years. Yeah? And that's the sort of person he was. Okay? I wouldn't say that he had a big group of friends, but the friends inside, and he talks about one in particular, he connected with. Yeah? He would talk to them and keep that connection. he is a very loyal friend to them as well. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't so much watch you, but he admires you, he says. Yeah? You have a very good life. He's pleased what you're doing. Yeah? There's ups and downs, he says, but fairly, you're okay. Yeah? And why this comes about is keep that flame going for you, he said. Yeah? He doesn't like sadness because he doesn't know how to handle the emotion there. And he sees you, and when you're all talking together, and he loves it. And he sits beside you, and he takes it in, and he loves the stories, as he always did. Yeah? And you sit there and listen, and he loves it. The whole family evolving. Yeah? There is a but, and that's where he is still. Yeah? Okay? He's getting very emotional now, and it's coming out. Tell people who you love. Yeah? Give them more hugs. Express that to them. Yeah? He's saying, because he sees families growing around and they move away. He's saying, it doesn't mean to move away. Yeah? He must have loved his wife very, very much because he shows him that. Yeah? Shows him that green energy. And he shows me a ring and a bracelet. So I don't know if you have one that belongs to the family. I'm not saying his, I'm saying to the family. Because he shows me a bracelet. So that's children. It could be a ring or it could be a bracelet. Yeah? Okay. Make sure you keep it safe because you know where it is. Talking next year about March time. He loves the spring. He loves the energy of the spring. Yeah? The new beginning, the new energy. Yeah? So he's telling me that look forward to that. There is something in March, and it says beginning of March. There's a new positive or a new arrival coming. Yeah? Okay? So there's a new energy because he shows me it. It's green and it's lovely. It might be your best friend, it might be a new acquaintance, or it might be a new baby or a new person. But March, the beginning of March, has been very good for you. Lots of activity. I will let him trot off and get back to where he was, but his final words are just have that little family. Just give them a big hug. It's okay, and he's quite happy, where and he said amazing, but he just doesn't know this kind of coming down and speaking to you, yeah. And I don't think he likes the interruption, barging through and saying that to you, yeah. He does watch, and he likes the family, yeah. He likes the laughter and things like that, yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure he was saying in his day, he was a kind of a happy soul that would live for do it for. Yeah. Sometimes too much, but he wouldn't. Okay, so I'll leave him with you, yeah. But just take that a little bit of energy from him, yeah. Yeah. He was sorry to go, but he said I had my minutes. I had my time, yeah. Yeah, I had my wonderful life, and I met people around me that made me happy. Why must I have I think I'm going to go to the lady. Can I work with you, please? When I came in, another gentleman. Yeah, there was a gentleman standing beside you, yeah? Didn't take much notice because, hey, we're the spirit of this church. Okay? Wonderful. Then this man has lots to say, so we're all good with this, yeah? If he's not your father or father-in-law, he would be your granddad, yeah, or the other half of that, yeah, okay, because he's definitely on a fatherly figure of above, yeah, okay, okay. His P's and Q's are not very good, so I'll translate for you. But my guide tonight is very honest, so she might step in and push me a little bit tonight. Okay. I know this person would be smoking because he has a little bit of a cough and a little bit of a croaky voice. So, and they're telling me that he regretted it, but he said, "The hell, I have to have something in life, so I'm going to have smoking." Yeah. Okay. I want to say sport or some sort of sport. Something that says football, but I'm not sure. Yeah? You wouldn't know? Okay. Okay. Well, some sort of, he's showing me a ball, but I don't know if it's a big ball.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah?
But not football, yeah, I do know.
Okay. Okay. He's showing me a ball, so that could be a tennis ball, that could be, yeah, but definitely sport. Or bowling. Okay, so I know why that's improved. Yeah, he showed that. Yeah, it was just a ball. He showed me. I love this sport with the ball. I said you're gonna have to give me more information. So, okay. With this person, they would also be very honest with you, and I think that's what he wants to relay to you this evening. Yeah. Are you being honest with yourself? He was saying. I just relayed the messages there. Okay? He's talking about look at being completely honest with what you want, or are you just doing something that someone else tells you, or are you doing something because you think it's right? Do a bit of soul searching, yeah? Okay? And if you don't, he'll kick you.
Yeah,
With sometimes. Yeah. Okay. He was saying that when he watches you, this is why it's come up, that he can see that sometimes when you're talking to people, you're taking it in, but it's not registered. Yeah? Okay? Yeah. If you don't believe it, just say, oh, that's okay, you know, move on. Saying, when I watch her, I just want to tap her on the shoulder and go, come on, we don't believe this, yeah? And that's what he's saying about self-searching. Just be honest, yeah? If you don't like something, you do like something, be honest about it, yeah? Okay? He would tell them, I give you a scenario, what he shows me, he's a very competitive man because he says he never lost a game of bowls. So I don't believe that. So I think the honesty works both ways. He's saying just have a little soul search yourself. Yeah? Okay? Also with this man, he worked very hard. Yeah? Okay? Yeah? He might tell you he works a little bit hard and told you that, yeah? But he would work hard. Yeah? And if you ask something of him, he would do it. Yeah? If I throw the words about and just be with his emotion, he's a very good person. Yeah? I see through what words are, and the first thing I get when I get something is an emotion. Yeah? And this is a plea from him for you just to step up a bit. Yeah? He said, I thought I was going to sit there, you'd never catch me in here, he said. Not my sort of thing. So, his biggest regret, he's telling me, is but he didn't listen. Yeah, because he pointed to his ears. He said, sometimes it's better to listen than say something. Yeah, okay? Where he'd say something, then think, oh my God, what have I just said? Yeah? So that's sort of, yeah? I wouldn't say he was long here, as much as he should have been. I think he could have been here a lot longer, but his time was there. And he's quite happy because he's having a chit chat with them up there. So yeah, okay. Okay. He's saying, please also, you've got a daughter? Okay, well, I haven't got to go far then, have I? Okay. He's telling me for you to slow down. Okay? You won't be able to sustain much longer what you're going through. Yeah? Yeah? He doesn't want to see you here for very long. Yeah? Okay? I'm sorry to make it just a little bit. No. Sarah's amazing. I'll give you a couple of seconds there. You cannot sustain it. Yeah? He's saying, pull back, look. Yeah? Same as your mum, listen. Yeah? And don't do. Yeah? You're doing too much. You're pulling strings. He's showing me a big ball of like fuzzy string that goes about, and that's your mind. Yeah? He's telling me, how do you cope? How do you fit all of this in? Yeah? Yeah? You can't do it, he was saying, yeah? Okay? Listen, yeah? He said, we have a limited time here. You have a limited time. Is the things you're doing worth what you're doing? Yeah? Are the people that you're doing this for people that care about you? Because if they did, they wouldn't ask you to do it. Yeah? Okay? Yeah? I know children, he talks about children being nightmares, he talks about this being there, and the car, and he talks about lots of them. But just look what's important to yourself, yeah, as your mum, yeah? Have a word with her, communicate with her, show her, she may be able to help you out, but you cannot sustain where you are, yeah? He's saying that's one thing, if he was to put money on it, you can't do, yeah? I don't know if he was a gambling man, was he? Yeah. Okay. So, kind of he's giving you a bit of advice about that, yeah? Okay? I don't know why he shows me a cigar, so I don't know if he had cigars rather than, yeah. So, yeah. Have one for me, and that's what he would say, yeah? Okay? I love the smell of cigars. It doesn't like smoke, but the smell of cigars. But like that, it has a limited time. It has a limited thing. Yeah? Ask for that support. There's people around you that can give you that support. Yeah? But there's one thing you can't carry on. Yeah? Okay. I will mention it, but I don't like mentioning it because last time I mentioned this, one candle went out. That light a candle for him and remember him. Yeah? It might just help you out. Okay. Can I leave you slowly? Thank you. Sorry about the tears.
At least the 3 boxes in the house.
Right. We'll go to the ladies right at the end. Can I work with you? Can I work with you? Yeah. You're very lucky. I have 2 ladies tonight. 2 lovely ladies. Very elegant, very tall looking, very nice ladies. Okay. One would be related to you. One is just somebody that was a friend of hers. So we're going to work with this one lady and see what information we can get off the other lady. The lady was very well educated because she makes me feel proud. Yeah. She's got a lovely scent, I can smell it. So I know she'd got perfume or something around that. I think it's an auntie or a great auntie because it's got that line off along that line. Would you take that?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll keep working with it, yeah. But can you also listen, because I could be a little bit out, so we can work with a pair of them, that would be good, yeah? This other lady might have something to do with it, yeah? This lady loved perfume, she loved dancing. She shows me dancing. Yeah. But she also needs a little bit of comfort because she shows me slippers. So, this lady would be more clerical kind of admin kind of that kind of thing. You take any of that. She wouldn't have been a manual labour kind of woman. She would have been on the end of kind of an office job or something like that, because that hands are very soft. Okay, we will keep going. This lady also liked to bake cakes. Would that help? I'm trying to build up an emotional background of her before I start giving her advice, so I want to make sure. Can anybody else take that one? Okay, we're wrong there, and we're wrong. I'm sure I'm somewhere there, yeah? Okay, this lady wore glasses. Yeah, I know. Okay, she's saying she's from your mother's line, not your father's line. Yeah, okay. That does help me. But also, she is very expecting of me to know who she is without actually giving too much away. That's why I'm being very decisive of. I'll give you the emotional stuff of her, because that's what I connect with the most. She wouldn't have been very sociable, only to a certain amount of friends. She wasn't anybody that meets very well. Yeah? Okay. And wore gloves because she was telling me she didn't like to be cold. So that's the kind of thing she was like. Yes? I want to be sure because
It could be my grandma.
this would be definitely down your mum's side of the line, yeah? Without doubt. Because
It's just which person,
this person is definitely older when they pass than younger. Yeah? Very much older than they would be younger. They would have been 70-ish when they passed over. Yeah? So rather than like 60 or younger, this person would be older when they passed over. Okay? But when they passed over, they was as the same as they were the day before. They didn't lose any of that. So we're kind of happy that we live with you, yeah? Okay? Because nobody let me get in the room with their hand up so long and not even much. So we'll run with it, because we've only got a few minutes to go. This lady is on about her glasses, putting on to you, saying, look what is in front of you. Yeah? Don't look at what other people have, what other people are going to get, or what you think you should have. Yeah? You're going to go for a period where just be happy with what you've got for the time being. Yeah? Don't jump ahead of yourself. Don't go looking for more than is there, or a job offer, or a house move, or something that tempts you. Because there's just not the money there, or the availability there at the moment. Yeah? And on a personal level, it would cause too much stress. Yeah? At the moment. Yeah? Do you work in front of a computer or a screen? Because she's showing me a little screen with a keyboard on it and tap, 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 tapping away. And I know it would be too early for her for that kind of technology. She's telling me that to look at that opportunity, you're missing out on that opportunity. So it's something to do with media or something to do with that. She's talking about a career in that. It's just, she's very specific in what she's showing. Yeah? Something helpful in present. Have you got a son? No. Because she's talking about a boy. Can you take any more of this? I'm definitely there.
Yeah, well, maybe not the computer stuff.
Ah, you're the one with the computer.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. And you spend too much time on it because with the glasses you're saying too much time on it.
Yeah.
And it's a work.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. We've got that. Okay. So her advice is at the moment you've just got to be a little bit safe. Yeah. You've just got to be a little bit careful where you are. Yeah. I don't know if you gamble or you take a few risks. She said this is not the time to take it. Yeah. This is just not the time to take risks. Yeah. Okay. I've had this before, but I will. Do you like a fast car or like drive very fast? Because you're talking about slowing down. Yeah, just pushing down a little bit of the speed. This also, she was saying about your life in general, just slowing it down. Yeah. She's also talking about an opportunity or a holiday that could be a surprise. Yeah? Booked like an off-the-cuff kind of holiday. Yeah? You may need it. Okay, so what does she want to give you? This one is a bit different. She's giving me a red box with a bow on it. So I've had this before with symbols and things like that, is think outside of the box. Yeah? Don't think your job is your job, this is this, this is this. You are quite clever at what you do, but you're very rigid sometimes. Being outside the box, there's some really good opportunities if you think about things rather than just doing your day-to-day job. Yeah. That's career, that's moving, and that's thing. This lady is very stubborn, is very, very determined to get these messages across to you because I'd have moved on before now. So it's very much meant for take action. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave her with you, just open a few thoughts there. You've got time for one more? About 7. We'll go down to the front. So what have we got? What's you? Right. Okay. I have got, I don't know if he's very old, but I would say 30-ish at a push. Man. Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if he made bad choices or he just didn't listen. Yeah? Can you take any of that? Yeah. I think he got involved with the wrong people because he's got a lot of regret, he's got a lot of sorrow, he's got a lot of wish I could be back. Yeah. I would say he's a little bit older. I would say 35, 40. I would say going into that realm. Or he looked very young for what he was his age.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. He keeps saying sorry to me, yeah? So I know he would have hurt people around his family. He would have done things to his family as well. Yeah? And he is really sorrowful, and I can feel it, because you being such a good person, he feels shameful for what he did. Yeah, okay. Let's see what he's got to say. I don't know if you've ever looked. So also your mind is very busy at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's a new idea in there, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah.
I can see the little twinkle. Yeah. But what he's asking me, what is stopping you?
Okay.
Yeah. He and my guide also are talking about there's nothing in your way. Only you.
No, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. But you need to think about. But he's saying planning is everything. Timing is everything. Yeah? Just put it into, give a time frame, put it in, go and do it. Yeah? You're also another one that will talk yourself out of it if left too long. Yeah? Okay? Myself, I will give you a bit of wisdom of like, needed, you've just got to suck it and see. And it will go that way, yeah? Okay. I love that sense of humour. Okay. As he sits here talking, he's talking about, for me it's very interesting because I love colours, yeah? And he's giving me the colour purple, which I love, and Nick loves the colour purple, yeah?
Yeah.
Just needs a little bit of upliftment, yeah?
Yeah.
Once you're uplifted, some of the problems may help yourself, yeah? You
Yeah.
may be able to do that, yeah? Okay. Another wise word. He, for not a long life, he's got quite a good setup. Also, saying you don't need to copy anybody else. You don't need. I think he's saying that's your problem. You look at everybody else, and you're just pushed away from what you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we all did that, we'd all be doing the same thing. He's saying, yeah. You're different, and the difference makes that difference to everybody else. Yeah? That's what makes you, you. If we go copying, this is the one shot.
It's nice to know someone was paying attention.
Yeah. So we're probably there
I was
listening.
just sitting there thinking deja vu.
Yeah, but it is true. He was saying that he listened to the wrong people, he followed the wrong people, and this is why he ended up here, right here. Yeah? He's saying, you're individual, you've got the support of the individual,
Yeah.
you've got to hit the timing right. Yeah? And you've got the good ideas, but you've just got to put them into practice. And I'll leave him with him.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for working.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Rayner. I have to say, I can't think for the life of me when you get the idea. Stephen, thank you for a wonderful illustration. I will just say that there has been some concern online because I wasn't running away and the tablecloth was moving. So for the benefit of everyone at home, don't worry, I'm not turning it your way. For the benefit of everyone at home, that's what's causing it, not any spirit person. Sorry to disappoint you on that, but that's just the way it is. Thank you so much, Stephen, for a wonderful demonstration, and very much a proof that life is indeed eternal. One of the things that you tend to notice in this way of life is when high emotion runs, spirit are very, very good at using humour to bring things back into a balance. And it was wonderful to see that tonight. Even though those of you who are sitting in here and have friends and relatives at home, they figured out who was being spoken to by the message that was being received. So there we go. That in itself is evidential. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big thank you to our very good friend and medium tonight, Stephen Rayner. So friends, we're going to have our closing prayer in just a moment. We of course will be saying good night to everyone watching online, but do stay behind because we have the raffle for those tickets. We also have tea and coffee and refreshments after the service as well. See, look at that. It's just so organised. So organised and a clue about the purple as well, what can you say? Thank you to Steve, thank you to all the healers, thank you to Tony, to Mum from the man at the door, but most importantly, thank you all for being here, for being part of it, for making it worthwhile. And also, so that I get to see relatives that I hadn't seen in a long time as well. That was cool. It's not like he's becoming a regular or anything, is it? See, what you didn't know, Stephen, is that I related to the message better. So I was able to kind of like notice things being
That's
said.
strange because the little girl that I know was beside me when I gave the message. So.
Yeah. So it's nice when you've got relatives that you don't know.
Yeah.
So you can sit there and listen and listen and see what's going on. But thank you all so much. Let's join together and close this evening. As we say, Great Spirit, Divine Universal Source of all, we thank you. We thank you for this opportunity to unite, to blend, to be as one. and to witness that truth that life truly is eternal. Let us take with us that message of upliftment, love, joy, and peace, and let us share it with all those that we meet and all those that we can. That unity, compassion, and kindness is the greatest gift and the biggest cure to all our ails the world has ever known. And in times of difficulty and in times of struggle, we ask you not to move the mountain, just give us the strength to climb. Until we meet again, in your name, amen. Well, friends, that is it. Thank you to everyone online for being with us. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you to our mystery donor, whoever you are out there. God bless you. Again, happy birthday to Anastasia. And now, from all of us here, because this is also something we frequently do, say good night to everyone watching online, which means if you've got a message, even though you can't see it's you, it's still on YouTube, so I'll take back and get more information. Just so you know. It's like the old days when we used to have a cassette recorder, only with HD. And then occasionally better colour when I think remember to adjust the contrast. But to all of you out there, from all of us in here, including friends near and far, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Good night.